Hey friends, it's been a while since I've done a favourites video. If I was an organised YouTuber, if I was an organised YouTuber, these would be monthly, but I'm not. Essentially, here are a collection of things that I've enjoyed over the last amount of time it's been since the last one of these videos. So good. As I did in the last one, I think I'll section it up into lifestyle, beauty/fashion, and food. The sun keeps coming in and out, so good. Cool, so the first section is lifestyle. First thing I want to talk about is this musical called The Last 5 Years. Basically, I think I saw it on a plane like a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago, and I just completely forgot about it. And then very recently, it just popped into my head and I was like, oh, I know, I'll listen to that because I think that was nice, I enjoyed it. And now, I'm obsessed. You know when you like turn on your phone or your iPod or whatever, does anyone use iPods anymore? And like that is your go-to playlist, your go-to album. I will just put on that whole musical and I'm pretty sure I know all of the words now. It is so clever and so realistic. I could talk about it for hours. I want to analyze it. It's so good. Basically the whole thing is about this relationship and it starts at the end and then sort of goes back and forth between the end and the beginning. It like does this and then you see like it in the middle how it all falls apart and stuff like that. Anyway, it's so interesting. And there's this song about the beginning of the relationship where Anna Kendrick's singing like you and nothing but you. She wants all of you, miles and piles of you. She's so in love. And then there's like a song where she's having an argument. This song, by the way, is so good. I think it's called See I'm Smiling, and basically it starts with them trying to like meet up and go through the things that they're dealing with. And it starts really sweet with like this nice simple melody and she's like, see I'm smiling, and then he's like, oh I can't stay, and she's like, that's fine, if you have to, then whatever. It's so realistic and talkative. And then suddenly he's like, oh, actually, I have to go right now. And the whole song just flips upside down and changes. And it's so clever because, like, it's like her whole mood and everything has changed and you just see that flip upside down. And, like, she's talking and singing at the same time, but it's, the language is so realistic. You know what makes me angry? I'm sorry, can I say this? You know what makes me mad? It's just so good. And then she starts going like, why can't we have a day that isn't about you and nothing but you? And it's so clever because they use that same phrase but they turn it in a different context. It's so clever. I love it. I'm so obsessed with it. I love it so much and I cannot stop listening to the whole thing and watching it. I'm so upset over this relationship that isn't even real. It's not mine. Honestly, I felt heartbroken. I feel like I'm in mourning of a relationship that isn't real. So there you go. I recommend it. Listen to it. I love it. Oh my goodness. I'd love to do a cover of one of the songs, but I don't have Anna Kendrick's voice, so I don't have a very musical theatre voice. So if I did cover it, it would be timid, but I could try my best. I'd love to. I might do that. The second thing I want to talk about is I got a scooter for my birthday. Yes, I'm 21 and I asked for a scooter because why not? This flat still doesn't have any fucking Wi-Fi. Like, we have Wi-Fi, but if I try and upload a video, it says it'll take like 3 days. So in my terms, that's not having Wi-Fi. So I keep walking and carrying my laptop and everything to the Starbucks, which is down the road. But walking takes a lot of time and scooting takes less time. Scootering? It is so much fun. Sure, I scoot past and people are a bit like, why is there a 21-year-old woman on a scooter? Let's be fair, everyone thinks I'm a child. Fun story, I used Uber Pool the other day, which is basically like sharing a taxi. You like, none of this is sponsored by the way. You basically like book it and someone else can like share the ride with you. So I got Uber Pool and this man was like standing by the car, obviously didn't realise he got Uber Pool, and looked in the back and saw me and was like, I'm so sorry, but there appears to be a child in the back of your taxi. I was just like, I beg your pardon? You what, mate? Anyway, yeah, I am still a child. I have a loft bed. I have a scooter. You can be 21 and have all these things. I improve. I pay my taxes. I also scoot places. That's okay. It's fantastic. The third thing I want to talk about lifestyle-wise is bullet journaling. I mentioned this very briefly, I think, at the start or the end or something of like a little sing-song I did. But essentially, I'm so blimmin' busy. I was panicking and just not happy about the amount of stuff that I had in my head, and I'm sure you can all relate. You know when you've just got like 1,000,001 things to do and think about, and they're just like over here, and sometimes you remember and do some of them and mostly you forget, and it's just someone tweeted me. I met them actually, I think at MCM, I'm not too sure, or maybe my serial cafe gig. They tweeted me and were like, hey, don't know if you've heard of bullet journaling, but it's pretty cool. And wow, it's changed my world. Essentially, it's just a notebook with page numbers and different sections. Let me try and break it down very simply. I will probably do a whole video on it once I get it sorted and neat. It's kind of like school in that I started very neatly and then didn't stay neat yet. Okay. Basically, you have a future log. That will become important in a little bit. Then you turn the page, you have your monthly goals. So say this month is June, I'll write down everything I want to get done that month. And then you turn the page and you have your daily log, and it's like day by day. You look back at your monthly goals, pick out the ones you want to tackle today, and like break it down and then do them in little bullet points. And any that you get done, you cross them out. Any that aren't relevant anymore, you like strike them out. Any that you think you could do tomorrow, you do a little right arrow and put it in the next day. And any that you're like, you know what, I'm going to do this another month, you do a little left arrow and put it back in your future log in one of the other months. But that is like the basic gist of how I use it, and it's just so handy. Everything goes in one place. It's great. The next thing I want to talk about is sort of my brain. I haven't really done an update on how I'm feeling because I don't actually know in terms of my head and my brain. Whereas pretty much for the last 2 or 3 years I have been down here. I came off my contraception, which I think wasn't really helping depression. And I went like this, and sometimes I'm like here and sometimes I'm like here. I'm like down there. But it's like a big old wave, so yeah, I'm managing. But I wanted to talk about meditating because basically I think how my head works is I'm never happy in the present. I always look to the past for my happiness because I was so happy when I was a teenager. Like my head was super cool and just working very well and I was so happy. So I'm like, oh, I wish I could go back. But then I'm also like, you know what? I'll be happy once this happens. I'll be happy once this happens. Once I move, once I quit my job, once I blah, 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 blah. So I'm always like reaching for happiness as well. But the future doesn't exist. The past is gone, so that doesn't exist. The only moment that matters is the one that's happening right here. And it's very difficult to remain happy in this moment when I'm reaching for other places. So meditation basically grounds you in this moment. You just sort of like sit for 10 minutes and concentrate on your breathing. And I know that sounds mad, but essentially it just stabilizes your brain. And if you do it every single day, then you can train yourself to just take a moment and just be here. I've been using a little app called Calm. It's not sponsored. I really wish it was. I reached out to them and I was like, hey, I saw my friend Lex made a video on you and I really like your app. I like it so much. Don't suppose you're sponsoring people at the moment. And they were like, no, not really. But then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to promote it anyway because it's a good app. Why not? You can pay for a course, which is what I did. If you have the money, it's definitely worth it. If not, they have little free sections every single day. You get like a little free daily meditation, which is what I used to do. I'm sure there are other meditating apps you can use, or buy a book about it if it sounds interesting, or just time yourself for 10 minutes and concentrate on your breathing. And if you get distracted, do not hold any judgment, just bring yourself back into the moment. I might make a video on it. Maybe I'll do my own meditating session. That would be very weird. Some people would be like, well, fuck is this? Anyway, meditation is so good for your brain. Cool. Right, so there you go. That's lifestyle. Now on to beauty and fashion. Yeah. So the first thing I want to show you from beauty and fashion is this beautiful, beautiful outfit that I got. I love it so much. I've been looking for something like this for so long. It's just like a playsuit / dress. Look, like underneath there are shorts. It's so cool. The only thing I will say is that because I have a rather large bottom, I had to get it in a large because the underlying playsuit thing just will not fit over my arms. An extra large was too baggy at the back and a medium was definitely too small. It's still a little bit tight and it's kind of hard to go to the loo, but it is so beautiful and comfortable. It feels like wearing bed sheets and it has pockets. Oh my god. And every time I wear it, I just feel smart and feel happy. I feel like this is going to be something that I wear a lot. I think it already has stains on it. Lol, I might buy another one. Just really like it. Just liked it so much. And it was so cheap. It was like 25 quid or something like that. What? I never buy clothes because dresses are like £50 and you're like, wow, that's so silly. But this was like, yeah, high street. Secondly, oh, the sun's gone in. Here's a fun story. I don't wear bras anymore. Woo. Yeah, but I used to wear very padded bras. Here's one that's just ridiculous that I used to wear all the time because I have a tiny top half. I don't have a top half. It's just like, you know, when people are like, any more than a handful is a waste. I don't even have a handful. I don't have much boobage, which is good because I can wear crop tops and little bralette things. I love them. So I've recently invested in a bunch of them. Here are loads of them. There's this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. They look so nice under like floaty tops because somehow, for some weird reason, they're more socially acceptable than showing your actual bra. Society is weird, even just on its own with a little cardi or a jacket or something. I feel so cool. I've never felt so cool. Also, they're so friggin' comfortable. Oh my god. No more wire. It's just freedom. The next thing from beauty and fashion are these Uniqlo skirts. I went into Uniqlo and got every skirt they have because they have pockets and they're high-waisted. Plus it looks really cool with crop tops and things. So yeah, I got literally every skirt that they have and they have pockets, and they're high-waisted, and they're floaty, fluffy, sort of like poofy. Yeah. The next thing that I've been using that I really like is, funnily enough, a very stereotypically YouTube thing. I'm pretty sure every single YouTuber, like beauty vlogger person, has one of these. I got sent a spin brush, didn't I? My skin has been so bad recently, but ever since I started using this, oh my god, it's starting to get better. This, again, isn't sponsored. Nothing in this video is sponsored. They sent it to me, and it's nice, so here you go. There's different brushes. Firstly, just put a bit of cleanser on and like rub it around my face for a bit, and it just sort of like scrubs away and washes away all of your makeup and things like that. Also, I got this code, and I don't want to like promote it without giving you somewhere to buy it if you want it. This says 50% off, and that's quite a lot. So if you're gonna buy one, you might as well use the code. I promise it's not sponsored. I promise the promise. But it should be. Pay me. Product. I don't even know what the company name is. It's this. Ding. Thanks, future Dodie. Right. What next? Oh yeah. Oh my god. Okay, last thing from Fashion and Beauty that I treated myself to. It's pretty pricey, but holy balls, does this stuff smell good. I got the Too Faced. Is it Too Faced? I got the Too Faced chocolate palette. Oh my goodness. Now I'm upset that not everything I put on my face and everywhere in my life smells like chocolate. I very much enjoy using this one for contouring and things like that, like I have done today. I use this little pecan one for highlighter. It's the most beautiful highlighter ever. I put it in the inner corners of my eyes and on top of my cheekbones. And I like this little pink one. It's good for glitter. It's just so pretty, and everything's so pigmented, and it just smells amazing. And there's a little pigeon sitting on a light outside. Boom! That was Fashion and Beauty. I am rambling so much. This is going to be a long video. I'm so sorry. And lastly, I'm going to talk about food. So firstly, I don't really want to talk about this so much because it gets very debatey, and I don't like that. So basically, I'm trying my best to go vegetarian, and hear me out, I've definitely had slip-ups, and I will have slip-ups. But I'm not even trying to go vegetarian. I'm just trying to eat less meat, because I see videos on my Facebook and I've learned a bit about it, and it's just not good for the world. And yeah, so try my best. I never really cook meat at home anyway. I never buy like raw meat or whatever. I always use the corn chicken pieces because they're so tasty, and I mostly just have like pasta and salad and potatoes and things like that. So now it's just sort of like choosing not to eat it when I'm out, which isn't too hard. I've learned that I really enjoy falafel and hummus. Falafel or falafel? Falafel? Who's fala? Why did he fall? I've also learned that I very much appreciate the little V's in the menus, because it just helps to be like, oh yeah, you're veggie, I'll have you sound tasty. And then you can just ignore all of the other delicious things. So yeah, I'm trying my best. Number 2, and the last thing that I'll be talking about in the whole favourite section, and possibly the best. Holy crap. These taste so good. So I've been making the best noodles ever recently. I saw a little video on how to make your own pot noodle type thing, and I essentially just stole that recipe but amped it up a little bit, and oh my god, it tastes so good. If you're not one for strong tastes, maybe use more water, because my friend Sammy tried it and he was like, this tastes like what squash would taste like if you didn't add any water to it. It's very concentrated, but wow, it's tasty. So here's how to make it. Get all of these ingredients, including spring onions, which I forgot. Boil some water, add your noodles, cook your veggies, make sure they're cooked, add some vegetable stock, add your coriander, do not add spinach that has accidentally gone off, add more stock because it's not salty enough, squeeze in the lamb, baby! Dish it up and mate. And there you go. That's all my favourites for this section of time. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a comment. What's your favourite thing that I mentioned? And what's your favourite thing this month? I don't know. Just talk to me. Talk to me. My foot's getting very numb. I can't feel it anymore, so I'm gonna get up. But thanks for watching. Bye! La, 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 la.